No? Good morning, beloveds. Sugar's in here sitting in the sunshine, and Foster's sitting beside me quacking like a duck. Because, you know, cats, they do. But I had a fabulous day in the park today. One, it was in the upper 30s, low 40s. But the sun was shining. Like, there were very few clouds in the sky. It was beautiful. And there were just all of these birds in the park. All of the birds in the park. And so a lot of the birds were talking. The only ones that weren't talking were the blue jays. But we saw the woodpeckers. We saw the blue jays. We saw a pair of cardinals. And a bunch of other little birds that, you know, there was a robin, at least one robin. And I know I heard the mockingbirds even if I didn't see the mockingbirds. It was just, and the squirrels came out in droves. So it was a good day in the park. I had a fabulous day in the park. I hope that you have something that you do, like me going to the park on Saturdays, that just lights up your world. Just lights up your world. I look forward to going to the park because it's so much fun. And I got 22 active minutes, so it was cool enough, and my knees were cooperative enough that I got some movement in. It was fabulous. Okay, so it is January 14th. Our title is Wishing and Hoping, or Believing and Receiving. The first quote is, "A person's heart deviseth their way, but the Lord directeth their steps." And that is Proverbs 16:9. The second quote is, "Eliminate doubt and fear from your own thought. Realize that your word is the law unto the things unto which it is spoken." And that is Science of Mind, page 203. Okay. Have you been praying for something which just does not seem to be coming about? Or have you simply been wishing and hoping that a certain circumstance will happen, then wondering why it doesn't? I don't think there has ever been a truer statement than Ernest Holmes' words, "Effective prayer requires an understanding of the way it works. How you pray is what determines the outcome. If you are simply wishing, then your prayer is not definite. If you have been praying for something while harboring doubt and worry, then the effectiveness of your prayer is lessened. Prayer involves bringing into your conscious awareness a recognition of your inherent divinity in regard to a specific concern, hereby opening a channel that enables spirit to express through you and as the answer to your desire. Prayer is effective only in proportion to your belief in and acceptance of your divine nature, your oneness with God, where the problem has appeared to be. Thus, if you pray for prosperity, for example, but continue to believe in lack and limitation, your prayer will not seem to work, for you are blocking the flow of good into your experience just as surely as if you dammed a river. Decide to accept your good today and pray believing. God works through me. I release all doubt and fear, and my mind is now filled with the recognition that I am one with all good. I believe and accept this truth with all my heart. And that is NH. That is Norma Hawkins. Okay. And I have a thought on that, and then I'm going to go back to a couple of her very pointed statements in there. But my thought is, and social media is a wild place. It is a wild place. And you can use it for good. And I have found a number of pages that do use it for good. And there's one called Quincy's Tavern. And he just put up a little video. And I don't know if I saw it on Instagram or Facebook because I follow Quincy's Tavern on both. But what was incredible is he was kind of talking about the same thing. Wishing versus planning. And I think that's kind of what Norma's going at. It's wishing and hoping or believing and receiving. That's the title. It's a very long title. But the difference between a wish and a belief, maybe, if I'm going to use his term, is a plan. It's like, so, and that would be kind of that thing where she's talking about opening the channel within yourself to receive it. If you're just wishing for something, then you're just sitting there wishing for it. But if you are in faith believing and you have opened the channel for the Spirit to work through you, that's where we talk about treating and moving your feet. You got to make a plan. And you got to follow through in faith believing that you are going to get what you want. But you got to move. And then as you move, Spirit rearranges the reality around you to bring you what you desire. But you got to move through it. You got to follow the directions. You got to follow the movement of Spirit. And that's what Norma's talking about. If you're just wishing and hoping, you're not moving. But if you're in faith believing, you are moving. Now, are you necessarily moving in the direction of the whatever it is that you're working on? Maybe. Or maybe you are doing other things while you are waiting for it to happen. But the point is you're moving. But if you really are in faith believing, then you are moving in the direction of your dreams. You are planning. And we can go back and talk about patience, because if you look at my Facebook says, patience is a virtue. It's not one of mine. But I learned a new definition of patience recently, and I resonate with this definition of patience. Patience is what you do while you're waiting for something. So I can be patiently waiting for something to occur, but I can go do other things. I don't have to sit there and twiddle my thumbs. Not that I'm good at that anyway. So, and I think that's kind of what she's leaning into here. Let's see. First, she quotes Ernest Holmes. Effective prayer requires an understanding of the way it works, which is why we use the phrase treat and move your feet. How you pray is what determines the outcome. If you are simply wishing, then your prayer is not definite. There's no framework. There's no plan. And that's one of the things when we talk about treatment in the recognition part, if there's a particular car you want, or a particular house you want, or a particular job that you want, okay, great. Line it out. Pick the color. Pick the number of rooms. Pick that. Don't give it a VIN number. Don't give it an address. Don't give it a specific, job. All of the qualities of, but not that, don't get that specific. And that's where Spirit has to work. Like if you give Spirit a specific VIN number of a specific car, okay, well, what if somebody else owns that car? It's not free to bring it to you. But if you line out, okay, this is what I want, but you don't give it a specific VIN number, then Spirit can find incredible ways to bring it to you. So, if you are simply wishing, then your prayer is, that's what I was talking about. Then your prayer is not definite. If you've been praying for something while harboring doubt and worry, then the effectiveness of your prayer is lessened. So it's not that it's not going to work. But if you're focused on the doubt and fear, then you are less likely to see the opportunities to get you what you want. So that's what she's talking about there. Prayer involves bringing into your conscious awareness a recognition of your inherent divinity in regard to specific concern, thereby opening a channel which enables Spirit to express through you and as the answer to your desire. Treat and move your feet. Spirit can only do for you what Spirit can do through you. That's why we say treat and move your feet. Now, are you necessarily going to go out and work on what it is that you just treated for? Not necessarily, but you're going to go out and do something else. And while you are out doing something else, Spirit goes, hey, go here. And you get what you want. That's the way it can work, honestly. Opening a channel which enables Spirit to express through you. That is what prayer does. Prayer, treatment, affirmative prayer, whatever you want to call it, brings us into alignment with that which we desire. Literally, we are not changing God. We are changing ourselves when we pray. And all of the sacred literature tells you that. There is not one, that's why we don't beseech. That's why we don't beg. That's why we say this is what we want, because we are bringing ourselves into alignment with what we want. And Spirit then can bring it to us. All right. Prayer is effective only in proportion to your belief in and acceptance of. Now, she says your divine nature, but that's part of it is how big is your cup of acceptance? What is your mental equivalent? Maybe what you're treating for and what you believe you deserve are two different things. And so maybe you want to go back and look at what you actually believe you deserve and work on that. Because you may be getting exactly what you believe you deserve. But, God doesn't judge you for that. Spirit doesn't judge that. You can treat for more, but you got to be willing to accept more. How big is your cup of acceptance? Let's see. She says the acceptance of your divine nature, your oneness with God, where the problem appears to be. That sentence doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but I'm just not thinking too hard about it. So I'm going to let that one go. You may have a different idea when you read it. Thus, if you pray for prosperity, for example, but continue to believe in lack and limitation, your prayer will not seem to work, for you are blocking the flow of your good into your experience just as surely as if you dammed a river. Decide to accept your good today and pray believing. All right. Okay. So, I just really love that phrase. Thereby opening a channel which enables spirit to express through you. That right there. That is what we are treating for. We are treating to know that spirit works through us and can absolutely bring us that which we wish for, hope for, dream. But we've got to participate because we are co-creators. We have to participate in the process. So, I'm trying to figure out how to make that a mission. How do I make that a mission? Cause she's got pretty clearly that decide to accept your good today and pray believing. That's a mission. That's a mission. I really, really like opening a channel to enable spirit to express through you today. So here's what I'm going to do. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to decide to accept our good today and pray believing that we are the channel through which spirit brings us our good. I knew I could do it. And that's the mission. That's the mission every day. But those are the explicit words today. All right. So, and then the second mission is the same one I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. I get up early on Saturday. I go to the park. I have a great time in the park. And then the rest of my Saturday, because Saturday is my sacred Saturday, because I work Monday through Friday and then I work on Sunday. So Saturday is my day. It's like, I do as little as possible on Saturday. Although I do have a project today. But I reserve Saturday for my cats, to spend time with my cats, to curl up with them, to watch goofy Hallmark movies, and do that. And that is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing that I can do for myself. And I encourage you to do that kind of stuff for yourself. I got Rita today. Let's see. Yep. See? There you are. She started purring when I did that. And I encourage you to have a day like that where you reserve it to clear your mental space, to take care of yourself, to take care of stuff that you want to do. I know that there's stuff that you need to do, but stuff that you want to do. And it really is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing you can do for yourself. It can look like taking a deep breath before you speak. It can look like drinking an amazing cup of coffee or tea or hot chocolate and really engaging all 5 of your senses. It can look like making sure you make time to spend time and cuddle with, your fur babies if you have them, or, people in your lives. It can look like eating dessert first. 'Cause I encourage you to practice on yourself. for multiple reasons. One, it is about creating that habit. It is about creating that default setting. It's about creating that situation so that no matter what happens, your first response will be loving, kind, and compassionate to everybody. And as I have said before, and will say again, you are your own best test subject. Test love, kindness, and compassion on yourself. Because one, you deserve it, and two, immediate feedback. Is this the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can do? Yes. Well, or no. Well, all right. Then what do I need to do to make it more loving, kind, and compassionate? It is about self-care. It is also about joy. It is about making room for joy. So I say eat dessert first. And I do sometimes literally mean eat dessert first. But I mean, don't save the good stuff. Use the good pens. Use the good notebooks. Use the good paper. Use the good china. You eat the good stuff. Don't save it for special occasions. Your life is a special occasion. The whole thing. All right. Before I get weird there, I'm going to move on. So where am I? Oh yeah. I do encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. Today it looked like 2.5 or so miles in the park, in 40-degree weather. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I have my water with me today. I do mean drink plenty of water. I do encourage you to get early in your day bright light because the sun, because we're in the park at 7:30 in the morning. It's just after the sun comes up and it just hits you it was wonderful. There were a couple of places where like I was walking and I could feel the sun on my face and it just really felt good. I encourage you to like that early in your day, early in the day, not necessarily your day, depending on what time you get up, but that early in your day, bright light, it just hits you at a specific angle that is just amazing. I encourage you, but I do encourage you if you get up before the sun, artificial light works. Bright light, circadian rhythms. Yeah. Okay. So, definitely early in your day, bright light. And if you can get some sun, that's a good thing too. Not too much. I understand. I'm fair complected. So, and then in the words of Ernest Holmes, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time because it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Once we learn how to create it for ourselves, nobody can take it away from us. That's the first thing. And two, we can start to create that groove so we can get there more often. And as we create that state of mind, that state of consciousness of heaven, then we feel better and we do better and we, and then the people around us kind of go, hey, what do you know that I don't know? And how do I get that? Science of mind is not a proselytizing religion. We definitely believe in examples though. It's like, what do you know that I don't know? Well, let me show you. Let me hold the light for you to find your feet on your own path. Okay. Sugar. Hey, baby girl. She's just got that one paw in the sunshine. Okay. So, and one of the ways we can absolutely do that is to take Emma's advice, look for the good and praise it. It's a great place to start. Gratitude is one of the most amazing powers in the entire world. So, all right. Social media part, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Social media can be a safe place. Just, if you don't want to unfriend a block, unfriend, then, just unfollow them. And then that way you don't have to see that negative stuff. And hide ads that don't make you happy and follow people that make you feel good. Like I alluded to Quincy's Tavern. There are a few of them out there where they're kind and they're compassionate. I found a new one on Instagram. He does this Viking thing and he clearly works out and he yells about hammers a lot and he's just a lot of fun and he's definitely feel good. So you can find him on there. I've done it. Okay. So, and we have really good content too. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact The hot links are hot, as I like to say. If it says click here now, it will either take you right to the information you want. Like on our YouTube channel, if you hit click here now in the newsletter, it'll take you right to our soul sessions. We are very proud of that playlist. And there's a new one coming, and it's going to be amazing. We're very excited. I believe it's this Wednesday. So, which means I need to change my, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Distracted. Yeah. Click here now. The hot links are hot. They'll either take you right to the information you want or to the person that you want that can get you the information. Okay. So here's the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a restful day, a take care of yourself day, a get what you need done day, or a take a nap day. Loving, kind, compassion. A wonder-filled, I'm running out of adjectives. Day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a divine spark. You are a divine channel. You are a brilliant light. You are God in action. You are spirit in motion. You are a godling in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Always. All right. That is who you are. That is who I know you to be. That is who I have faith that you are. Always. I treat that you know who you are at the center of your own being. Okay. And that you know the source of your own being. Okay. I'm just running on 90 right now. Boy, I know when I crash, I'm going to crash hard. It'll be good though. Okay. And here's where I remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And since today is Saturday, that means tomorrow is Sunday, and we will have an amazing service for you. The back to the basics can be boring, but Jessie always finds a way to make them really interesting. So I will see you soon. Until then, take care of yourself, know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.